Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is actually a January favorites video where I'm going to be demoing a lot of my favorites and kind of applying them in action as well, along with speaking about them. So starting with my first favorite, which I'm going to put on my face, is my favorite moisturizer for the month, and it is the Dr. Sheths Ceramide and Vitamin C Oil-Free Moisturizer. I've been absolutely loving this, and I just want to give you a quick spoiler. This to me is like my favorite, like all my favorite moisturizers. The Formularx Barrier Relief, put simply Water Damp Moisturizer. It's like just like those. I mean, can you see? It's this white color gel cream basically in terms of the consistency, but when you start applying it on the skin, it just instantly blends in, like seriously. And the reason why this might just replace all of them is because of the affordability, but also you can find this one on a buy one get one free offer on Dr. Sheths when they do their like Bay sale basically. I think it's called Before Anything Else sale. But yeah, I will definitely stock up on this moisturizer, and it's gonna become like my most used, most repurchased moisturizer of 2023. I just have that feeling. But again, the reason I'm saying that all this is a spoiler that I'm giving you is because I actually want to compare the prices of every single one of my favorite moisturizer which has this kind of consistency, and then I will tell you which one is the most economical, because obviously if I'm repurchasing a product over and over again, I want it to be super economical. But yeah, I'm like almost out of this, you guys. I'm like squeezing every last drop that I can get out of this product, because that's how much I love it. And it sucks that I couldn't get a like what do you say, backup of this during the recent sale. And the main reason for that was because I have so many moisturizers that if I buy a backup of this, all of those are just going to be ignored, and this is the only one that I will use, and we don't want that to happen. So yeah, this is my favorite moisturizer ever. Like, just look at my skin, you guys. So dewy, so glowy, feels like my skin just drank a massive jug of water. Love that. But now I'm just gonna let this absorb for a while before we go and put sunscreen on, because if I put on sunscreen right after this, it's definitely gonna pill. So even when I'm doing my skincare off camera, I generally take a little bit of a break in between. So yeah. Okay, so now that we got the moisturizer to get absorbed into the skin, it's time for sunscreen. And for sunscreen, I have one that I would say I kind of rediscovered this month. It's one that I wouldn't say that I first used this month and fell in love with. Definitely rediscovered it, and that is the Dr. Sheths Ceramide and Vitamin C Sunscreen, SPF 50 PA++, anti-pollution and anti-visible light. Can you see the condition of this tube? I really wanted to show it to you. I probably have like 1 or 2 uses left in here, if I have to be honest, but it's very hard for me to like squeeze this and like get anything out, which is why I also have my backup tube over here with me. So if I'm not able to get any product out of this, I just wanted to have that tube on hand basically to, yeah, I'm not going to be able to get anything out. Can you see? Literally I'm not able to get anything out. Generally when this happens to me with any product that comes in a tube, I ask my mom to help me up and help me out and to basically get the product out. So this is what I just opened the new tube. I'm like we just need to get the new tube out. So this one basically is more of a like thicker cream consistency, but you guys, you have to see how beautifully this product blends into the skin and just leaves you looking so glowy, but definitely not like too dewy or too radiant. This is the kind of sunscreen that I want to use for the entire 4 months of winter, to be completely honest, because like dry skin is not in sight when you're using this particular product. It is so moisturizing, and also like it's not just about how your skin looks or how it, you know, has or hasn't any dry patches on it. It's also about how it feels. Like what I said earlier about the Dr. Sheths Ceramide and Vitamin C Oil Free Moisturizer, I would say the same thing applies to the Ceramide and Vitamin C Sunscreen also, is that it just feels just like comforting almost. I don't know how to put that feeling in words when I'm putting this product on, but it's like so comforting, so well nourished. You know that feeling of relief that you get when you get a good night's sleep and then you wake up the next morning? Like that happened to me today morning, which is why it came to my mind instantly. But yeah, that relief you feel when you wake up after a good night's sleep, you will feel the exact same amount of relief once you put this product on, and your skin just feels amazing. And it also looks amazing, like you can tell. There's that glow, but no white cast whatsoever. You just have to like blend it in well, and I mean, I don't feel any kind of issue in terms of blending it at all on my skin either. So yeah, that's the Ceramide and Vitamin C Sunscreen. If you're someone who has dry skin, this should, I mean, I shouldn't say should, but if I had dry skin like throughout the year, this would be my favorite holy grail sunscreen for the entire year. But because my skin is not as you know, dry, I mean, it's more normal combination, but I can definitely do well with lightweight sunscreens, especially in the summer and the monsoon months, because I live in a humid city. I think that's the only reason I wouldn't use this throughout the year. But in the winters, I can tell you, if no other sunscreen comes out till November 2023, this is gonna be the sunscreen I use for 4 months of November, December, Jan and Feb when next winter rolls out. And till the end of February, I want to use this, give it all the love that I possibly can. So yeah, that's my Dr. Sheths Ceramide and Vitamin C Sunscreen. Hey you guys, so I'm back after breakfast and basically it's time to do our makeup. So I'm going to share with you my makeup favorites basically in action. The only products I'm going to apply on my face right now are the products that I want to mention in my favorites, and then I'll do the rest of my makeup and come back to share with you the products that I will not be able to demo per se in the video, but I still want to talk to you about them because they are my monthly favorites. So anyways, let's jump into the makeup first. And the first product that I want to mention as a favorite is actually my base product, and it is the K-Beauty, what is this called? HD Setting Loose Powder, and I use the shade Banana for myself. I feel like for a lot of Indian skin tones, if you're kind of like medium wheatish, not super fair but not super dark, Banana is going to be a great shade for you. And I use it with basically flat top, like you can kind of call this a foundation brush or like a buffing brush, and I just dip this into the powder and kind of stamp but then also blend at the same time, if that makes sense. That this is kind of like my application if I am going into my loose powder directly, because I'm someone who doesn't use foundation, concealer or anything on my face. So yeah, but coming on to this particular product per se, the reason why I love it so much, and by the way, this is not the first time that I'm using it, in case you're someone who's new to my channel and you did not know, I actually used this product for the first time when it had like recently launched, when it was a new launch. So I believe that is like almost 2 years at this point. So yeah, when it was new, I did a first impressions video, I did a review of it, and I was like on top in terms of reviewing it. But yeah, that's when I first fell in love with this product, and let me tell you why I love it so much. So first of all, I love the color per se because it gives me like a slight brightening look and appearance to my skin. So that's something I really love and appreciate. But apart from that, in terms of not just the color, because I know not everyone will be using the same color, obviously. So what I love about this powder is how finely milled it is on the skin, and how sort of like undetectable it is on the skin. Like if you are someone who doesn't necessarily want to do your makeup every single day, if you're someone who doesn't wear makeup very often but you have oily skin, I would highly suggest you to use this particular product the way I'm using it, kind of, and then just leave it as is. Like this is not like the Maybelline Fit Me loose powder, which by the way I also love, but that is one that you cannot wear just on its own, because it will definitely look like you have a product on your skin. This one on the other hand will just mattify your skin in the right places and just perfect your skin, make it look a little bit more airbrushed, poreless, and then you just leave it as is. You know, you don't have to do your makeup on top of it. And that is something, I mean, on days where your sunscreen is too dewy, is like honestly a godsend. It's a blessing in disguise. I remember the first time I wore this on my skin after a long time, like when I repurchased it and I opened it for the first time and I used it, I was shocked because I had honestly forgotten how much I loved this product when I had it, because for a long time in the middle, almost close to a year, maybe more than a year, I did not have this in my collection, so I didn't know why I love it so much. But now that I do, like, just look at my skin right now, you guys. It's just perfected completely. Like, no matter how amazing my sunscreen is, I always need something on top just to like give me an even canvas and just perfect everything. And if I had to step out of the house and just be like this all day, I would be perfectly fine with that. Like, I think my skin looks good enough just as it is, and this product doesn't even have a lot of coverage, but it still looks so amazing. So yes, highly recommend this. If you have never tried this till date, please go ahead, do yourself a favor and get this, because you will not be disappointed, you will not regret it. Moving on, next we have some blushes and bronzers that I want to talk about. So my bronzer favorite is the Sugar Contour de Force mini bronzer in Woody Wonder. This is one I remember last time also when I had first started using it. I'm pretty sure I did mention it in monthly favorites video, because I was obsessed with this for like a month or two, something like that. Then I stopped using it, I moved on to the Marc Jacobs bronzer, used that for a while as well, but definitely this got forgotten in my collection. But now, since I have it in one of my project pan challenges, I've kind of brought it back out and I have been using it every single day since then. So yeah, this is another rediscovery favorite, and I use it with an angled blush brush. Basically, this is my blush cum bronzer brush, and I just kind of apply it in your contour regions and then just buff it out and buff it and buff it and buff it, and it is the perfect natural bronzer for my skin tone. And yeah, it is completely matte. It's not too light, not too dark, works perfectly for my skin. And can you see just the beautiful natural bronze that I have? Like, it's just a natural sculpt, doesn't look artificial, doesn't look chiseled, just doesn't look like gray on my face, but still looks amazing. So yeah, absolutely love that bronzer as well, and it's one that I want to continue using and using every single day. Just make it a part of my everyday makeup routine. And like last time, I used it for a couple of months and then I stopped. I don't want to do that this time. This time I want to be consistent with it so that I can actually get some use also. Like, there is not much of a dent even going on. It's pretty flat, if I'm being honest. Like, I've used it so much last year and this year also, but there is still no dent in here, so I want to put a good dent in here as well. So yeah, moving on next to our blushes. So my favorite blushes have to be the ones by Tarte for this month. I didn't show that to you properly. Okay, my favorite blushes have to be the ones by Tarte. These are the Amazonian Clay 12-hour blushes, and I have two shades over here. I have the shade Exposed and I have the shade Charmed. Now, Exposed is like the cult favorite popular shade, and this is the one that I first started using. And let me show you what it looks like in the pan. It looks like a really nice nude blush, but let me tell you that it's a little bit deceiving. On my skin, it looks way more pink, not just nude, and I can kind of compare it to my favorite Color Bar blush, the Matte Illusion one in the shade Veiled Merlot. It's like that, like a nude, but this is more pinky than Veiled Merlot. I feel like the Color Bar one is actually more like a everyday great pink nude kind of shade. So yeah, I could just do a little bit of this one also, just to like show you, but yeah, it definitely comes off a lot more nude on the camera. And also, this is my bronzer brush, so like a little bit of bronzer is also probably mixed along with it. But yeah, can you see? It's definitely a lot more pink than nude. So that is one of the shades that I do really like. But I definitely will say that if you're someone who is in India, based in India, I would highly recommend the Color Bar Matte Illusion blush and Veiled Merlot over this one, because A, it's going to be more affordable. B, I just like the color more for an everyday basis as compared to this one, because this definitely leans more on the pink side. So if you're wearing a super warm lipstick with this blush, it might clash a little bit. So just keep that in mind. The other shade that I also really like is the shade Charmed as well. This one looks bright in your face pink and very, very peachy. So this one I felt like I'm actually not going to like at all, but I do, surprisingly. So I'm just going to do like a khichdi on my face right now by putting this one on top. But this one just gives a little bit more of like a flushed, like summery cheek per se. And one thing I do want to point out is that all these blushes, what is great about them is how long lasting they are. Like, these truly, I was about to drop it, these truly will not budge from your face. Like, the way I look right now, I'm probably going to look a little bit more toned down than this. If you see me today evening, it's still going to be the same. The Color Bar Matte Illusion blushes, I will say, you have to either put a lot of product on your face for it to last the entire day, or it will definitely fade and you will not be able to see any blush at the end of the day. But those are way more affordable. These are definitely high-end blushes, so keep that in mind as well. And also keep in mind how easily or not that easily available these are in India. So yeah, if you have someone who's traveling abroad and you want to get these, I would recommend find a shade that you will really like, and then you can probably end up getting it, or maybe get a gift set or something, depending on what's available. I definitely got like 4 blushes and then 1 highlight in one of the holiday gift sets. So yeah, that is that. I'm definitely very, very blushy right now, but I'm gonna go do the rest of all of my makeup and then I will be back. Hey guys, so I am back. I've done my entire makeup and now it's time to talk about the products that I couldn't demo, unfortunately, but I still wanted to talk about them because I still love them just as much, if not more. So starting with first, something that I actually used today before I started doing my skincare routine, and that is my face wash. This is the Deconstruct Skincare Hydrating Hyaluronic Acid Face Wash. It's got 0.5% amino acids and 0.1% hyaluronic acid. I don't really care about the ingredients, what it has and what it hasn't, but it's the perfect hydrating face wash. Like, truly, I was really loving the Put Simply, what is it called, Get Your Greens cleanser, but that one had sort of a weird smell to it, like a very green kale kind of smell. But It was one that was not drying at all on my skin, and it just felt really nice and comforting, though it was a little bit pricey for what I would generally want to pay for a face wash. But then when I tried this out for the first time, I instantly fell in love with it because it's just as hydrating, if not more hydrating. It's got more of like a watery consistency as compared to that is more of a gel, but this is obviously more of a watery consistency. But it's super simple packaging. It's a flip top cap. You can just pour the product into your hand how much ever you want to, and I tend to overuse this product a lot, in the sense I take more than what's required for a face wash, because it's just got this really nice hydrating, like serum-y, lotion-y texture that I just love to like massage and massage and massage on my skin for minutes. I know that ideally there's 60-second rule with cleanser, but I could just massage and massage this in on my skin and just cleanse very well in the shower, both in the morning and at night. I have used this both times. I've used it as my second cleanse after makeup removal. I've also used it in the morning like I did today. It's one that lives in my shower, literally, I'm not joking. And you can see I don't have a lot of product left in here. I'm going to be out of it very, very soon. It's also not the most affordable face wash, but it's still like I wouldn't mind purchasing this, you know, for a long time. It comes with it's 300 rupees, 400 ml of product. But of course this is one that if you're getting on Sublime Life, there are offers and discounts and stuff, so I can definitely get this for a lot cheaper, combine some of my points along with it, just make the most out of my money. But yeah, this is definitely worth it, and it's something that I definitely see myself repurchasing. I have a couple of other variants also. There are 3 variants in total: the brightening face wash as well as the salicylic acid one. I did buy those 2 as well, so I don't know if those are better than this because I haven't started using it yet. But I want to tell you that this one I absolutely love, so I cannot wait to use those 2 variants as well, and maybe do a comparison, find out which one is the best out of the 3, and then that's the one that I'll probably keep repurchasing over and over and over again. But yeah, this is the Deconstruct Skincare Hydrating Face Wash. I feel like I kept speaking about that for a while, so let's move on quickly next to another product that I used this morning, and that is the Chemist at Play Underarm Roll-On. This is their odor control AHA, 5% AHA roll-on deodorant, basically you can call it, and this one is the peach fragrant one. So this one I personally bought myself, and then they actually sent me the aqua one, which was absolutely free. So it didn't come free with my order or anything, but they just sent it out. Like, I'm assuming that a lot of people who buy regularly from the Chemist at Play website, often they send like free products maybe to them. I'm assuming that's what happened, because one day I just landed up with a Chemist at Play parcel in my house, and I had no idea what it was because I did not buy it myself. So when I opened it, I found this exact same roll-on in the aqua fragrance, which I haven't again tried out yet, because that one is like, it's completely sealed. I haven't even like broken the seal of it yet. But this one smells like peach iced tea, and I absolutely love it. It's definitely not like a stick roll-on. It's like that liquid that is dispensed inside in your, and it definitely feels a little like wet on your underarms when you first apply it, but then eventually it does get absorbed, so it doesn't feel sticky or anything. It doesn't leave any sort of residue. The stick roll-on, the stick deodorants basically can leave sort of like a residue sometimes. This one will never leave a residue because it completely gets absorbed into your skin, so I do really like that. And this is one that I have been using and really loving. So yeah, I cannot tell you if it really helps with underarm pigmentation yet, because I haven't used it enough to where I've noticed any difference in terms of the underarm pigmentation. So that is just one area I would not like to comment on yet until I know for sure. But if you just want a good roll-on deodorant that smells nice, definitely check out the Chemist at Play underarm roll-on in the peach fragrance specifically. You can also go for the fragrance if you don't want any fragrance, but I really like the peach fragrance, if I'm going to be honest. So yeah, take it for what you will. Moving on next, let's quickly talk about another Chemist at Play product that I've also been loving, and that is the anti-aging body lotion. This is basically their retinol body lotion, and this, you guys, is probably the best retinol body lotion that I have tried out till date. It's not like I've tried a lot. I've tried the Wish Care one, which I also really like, but I definitely like this one more. In fact, I like it so much that I bought 4 backups. I'm not even joking, you guys. I literally bought 4 backups of this because this one is going to be out, like it's almost out. This is a beautiful just thick heavy lotion, but it's still like a creamy gel, if that makes any sense. It's the most beautiful, perfect consistency. I've never seen a body lotion like this that is thick and heavy, but at the same time it's like a creamy gel, and it's just so delicious when you're blending it onto your skin. It just feels so nice. And again, it's a retinol body lotion. It's something that you will not see results of the active ingredients immediately. It's one that you have to wait over time to see noticeable results in your skin. If you have any sort of like skin texture on your body and you are hoping that it will treat that, then that is something I won't really be able to comment on, because I don't really have any sort of like body skin issues, textures, concerns, any of that stuff. I don't. But this is just one that, I mean, we have seen the great benefits of having retinol on your face and what it can do for that, and how it just makes your skin better overall in general. So I feel like the same applies to your body as well, which is why I have been using it and I have been loving it. So I wanted to just quickly let you know that in case you're looking for an amazing retinol body lotion, look no further, get the Chemist Play Anti-Aging Body Lotion. That is that. Moving on next to our last 2 products. So I'll talk about my face care product, and then we'll move on to the hair care product, which is going to be the last one for this video. The face care product is one that I recently started using, but I've used it enough to know, and even in the first use I knew this is something that is one of its kind. And just in general, a product I would highly recommend for a specific person. So if you are that specific person and if you feel like this is going to be useful for you, then definitely check it out. This is the Formularx lactic acid serum, and it's called their airbrush facial. Now this is basically a cream that has a lactic acid in it, and truly it's going to give you like an airbrush facial kind of a finish on the skin, and that's what your skin is going to look like the next morning when you wake up. So how I like to use this is in my nighttime skincare routine. I will take all of my makeup, wash my face, and when I have a clean canvas on, I'm going to take a little bit of product, maybe like a coin sized amount, and just slather this all over my face. Like I told you, it's a cream, so it is going to be more suitable if you have normal to dry skin. If you have oily skin, you might want to either use less product, or could you use this like a moisturizer? To be honest, I don't really know that, and I wouldn't recommend that you do that either. So yeah, if you have normal combination skin, depending on the skin, like depending on the weather also, if you want to use more product and for it to be more moisturizing and hydrating, then you can use more quantity. Otherwise you can use a little bit less. I use somewhere from like a pea size to a coin size, something between that, and just apply it all over my face. It's super duper moisturizing because of the creamy texture. At the same time, it has your active ingredients in it. I believe this has 10% lactic acid, which is amazing. And you just apply it all over yourself, all over your skin, your face specifically, and then go in with your moisturizer and just go to bed. The next morning when you wake up, it is definitely gonna, like, you're gonna notice a significant amount of improvement in your skin texture. If you have any, this is gonna be a magic miracle worker on that. This is something I don't really use every day, if I have to be very honest. I don't use it every day or every other day. It's more of like a, when I know my skin is not doing well and I need something to help with it, that's when I'm gonna use this. So maybe like once in a week, twice in a week maybe, on like if it's the time of the month and you're breaking out and you really want to exfoliate and get rid of all the bumpiness that is left behind from breakouts, you could use this more often. But otherwise I will just use it maybe like once in a week or once in 10 days or so, and it's just a beautiful product. I'm loving it in the winter. I don't know how I'm going to use this and how well it's going to work in the summertime, but yeah, it's a beautiful product, and I would highly recommend it if you're looking for a product like this to kind of help with regular exfoliation. but at the same time it's not every single day, you know. So if that's something you're looking for, definitely look no further and check this product out, because it is amazing. It's one of a kind. I don't think that there is another product in the market that would do the same for you that this would. Maybe like a minimalist AHA BHA peel, or maybe even the plum one, the Dot and Key one, something like that might be. But I feel like those are more like you put it on your face and you wash it off and then you just go to bed. This is more of an overnight product basically that would give you a similar result. So depending on what you're looking for, check it out if you think it would be suitable for you. But yeah, that's that. Let's move on quickly to our last product and then we will be done with this video. I don't know how long it is because I filmed the video in parts, but if this video is super duper long, I apologize. I just had to tell you about all these products which are absolutely amazing, because they truly are, and I feel like each one of them deserves to be in this video, and I want to tell you how amazing they are in full detail, so it gives you a better idea and a better review. But any which ways, let's move on to the last product that has come out of my shower, and that is the Garnier Fructis Nourishing Banana Hair Food Hair Mask. This one, you guys, when it had first launched, I saw everyone reviewing it, and including Shreya Jain, who's one of my favorite YouTubers ever, and she did mention how this can be used in different ways. I was really intrigued when these hair masks came out, and I knew I wanted to get the banana one specifically because I just love the scent of banana in body care, hair care, that kind of thing. So I got it, and yes, it definitely does smell amazing. But you guys, what is more amazing is the way this works on the hair. I want you to see that I don't have a lot of product left in here. Can you see? I don't want to spill any product, but I still want to show you that I don't have a lot in here, and I have used this religiously for, I want to say, a month or two. To be completely honest, my mother has also been using it, so I think that's one of the reasons we went through this as quickly as we did. But how I use this basically, and how this has basically changed my life, is that once you are done shampooing in the shower, you will use this just like a regular hair mask. Okay, so you take some product, you slather it all over your mid-lengths and your ends. I definitely don't put this anywhere close to my scalp. I put it in the mid-lengths and the ends of my hair, and because you can see I have a lot of hair, that is pretty much why I go through this very quickly. And for a while there, I was using a lot of product of this also, because it's more of like a thinner product. It's not a super thick hair mask where a little goes a long way, but I'm totally fine with that. But the reason why this has kind of beaten all the other hair masks that are out there in the market is because this is one of those products you don't need to leave in for 15 minutes, 20 minutes or 30 minutes. I don't know how people do that, if I'm going to be completely honest. Like, if you have a 9-to-5 job, like, when do you actually wash your hair, and do you actually get the time to leave a hair mask in your hair for 15-20 minutes if you're someone who has to rush to work in the morning? So that is basically where I feel like this product comes in handy, and it is more useful and effective, because this is something you don't need to leave in your hair for that long. You can leave this in for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It doesn't matter how long you leave this in your hair. I feel like obviously if you're leaving it in for longer, then it's going to nourish your hair further. But even if you just leave it in for like 2 to 5 minutes, I still feel like you can wash it off, come out of the shower, and your hair is super smooth just in those 2 to 5 minutes. So I feel like this definitely works magic on your hair in just that very short amount of time, and that is why this stands out to me as compared to any other hair mask that is out there in the market, because I don't think any other hair mask works this quickly on your hair as this does. And I again don't know how they do this. How does it get absorbed and work so quickly on your hair? I do not know, but truly it's miraculous. And for someone who has a time crunch and who doesn't have the time to wait half an hour in the shower, this is a godsend, like seriously. So that is the reason why I mainly wanted to talk about this hair mask, because it's not like this nourishes my hair more than any other hair mask will, but this does that in a short amount of time, which is very important to me, specifically because like if you have long hair, you understand the struggle where it anyways takes time to wash your hair, but then after washing it, if you have to put in a hair mask and wait for half an hour for it to absorb into my like hair, I don't have that kind of time. And I feel like that's why I had stopped using hair mask for a while, because I just did not have the time, and it really showed in my hair over time, because my hair just kept getting drier and drier and drier, and I felt like there's nothing I can do about it. Like on my off days, if I had to wash my hair, I would definitely put a hair mask in, but that is like once in a month, once in 2 months. Definitely not helpful, because hair mask and hair conditioner are basically something that you should be putting in your hair every single time you wash it, or at least every other time. So yeah, any which ways, that's why I wanted to mention this hair mask right here, which I absolutely love. Definitely will be repurchasing it very, very soon. I'm already looking at repurchasing this, because I'm going to be out of it very, very soon. So yeah, that is my favorite hair mask, and those were all the products that I wanted to mention and share with you in today's video. Of course, I will be listing and linking everything down below in the description box, so in case you want to check any of them out, you can definitely go ahead and do that. But that's it, you guys, for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I really hope that this video was not super long, but if it was, I hope it was worth the watch. And maybe I'll also leave timestamps for you guys throughout the video, so in case you wanted to skip ahead, it would be easier for you. But yes, that is it. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Please make sure you subscribed if you haven't already, and click on the notification bell button, because that way you'll get to know every single time I post a new video. But that is it for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.